just looked over, I realized Pete's not here. Okay. I would like to call the town board meeting of March 26, 2024 to order. Please rise and join us with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for a moment of silence to remember those who served our country in the past and for those who continue to protect our country today. Thank you. Please note the emergency exits are the door you came in, the door behind us, and the door down the hallway. Okay. So on the agenda tonight, we have modifying the performance bond with South Greenhaven Solar. Did you want to give a little explanation?
The version that you passed 2 weeks ago was not the last edited version that was collaborated between myself and the attorney for Greenhaven Solar, and that was brought to my attention after the meeting. So what you have before you is the correct version of the resolution. There aren't that many differences, but the title was different. It references the performance agreement and the performance bond. So I'd ask that you consider this resolution since it's more comprehensive.
Thank you, Craig. Okay, and then that was resolution number 2. Number 3, we're amending the standard workday on the calculations that were submitted were incorrect. And this is important. It's information that goes to the New York State retirement. So we need to make sure that what's submitted is correct because it affects people's retirement. Number 4 is the resolution approving the reduction in the performance bond for Stone Ridge. This has been agreed upon and approved by the town engineer and the town attorney. Number 5 is we're pleased to add Merson as our MS4 representative. This year they have put in significant new requirements. So I'm glad that Merson is going to be our representative at these meetings, and then our payment of claims. So we will start with the agenda items. Let's see. Bill?
Hello, Bill Crane, 254 Gardner Hollow Road. Ooh. Quick retrieval there. The coffee almost slid right down the podium. Is that performance bond adjustment, is it now higher or lower?
The performance bond
For the solar panel community?
I don't think the amounts didn't change. It was some of the other technical stuff.
Some of the
Craig,
verbiage, I think,
that.
in the resolution, not the amount, correct?
Yes,
The amount stayed exactly the
Yeah.
same? Okay, thank you. I was afraid they were getting another...
No. Yeah, it wasn't. It was some verbiage, but not the calculations on that one. Okay, well then we can get started. Merson?
Great. Resolution 1, whereas Town Clerk Lorena Abatantuano has provided copies of the minutes of the March 12, 2024 regular Town Board meeting to all members of the Beekman Town Board, and whereas Town Board members have had the opportunity to review said minutes. Now therefore be it resolved that the Town Board hereby accepts the minutes of the March 12, 2024 regular Town Board meeting.
I will second that.
Town Board discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Councilman Capillari?
Aye.
Councilman Benalini?
Aye.
Councilman Limak?
Aye.
Councilwoman Warman?
Aye.
Supervisor Cavucci?
I'm going to abstain. I was away meeting my 3rd grandgirl in Arizona, so I was not here for that meeting.
Resolution passes.
Okay, resolution to modify the performance bond. Whereas resolution number 31224-2 put forth and passed by the Town Board was the incorrect version. The Town Board hereby proposes the following to be correct, the correct version as agreed to by the town engineer and the representative attorneys. Whereas South Greenhaven Solar 1 LLC, hereinafter the applicant, assignee of the original applicant, Borrego Solar Systems LLC, and Carolyn Dixon as trustee of the Carolyn Dixon Revocable Trust dated October 6, 2020, as the owner. Obtain the site plan, special use permit, and water resource permit approvals for the construction of a solar farm on a parcel of land totaling 29.19 acres that is designated as tax parcel 6757-00-082660 on the tax map of the town of Beekman, the property. And whereas the applicant and owner have made a request pursuant to section 155-53.1 of the code of the town of Beekman to allow for the limited tree clearance on the property prior to the signing of the final site plan in order to have the trees cut within the allowable season to avoid potential impacts to the Indiana bats. And whereas the applicant and owner delivered to the town a performance bond agreement and performance bond undertaking in the amount of $252,655 as a construction completion guarantee of all land development activities related to the property pursuant to section 155-59I and 155-60M and section 128-7A of the town code, which includes the contemplated tree clearings called for in the conditional site plan approval for the project by the planning board dated January 19, 2023, which has been extended. And whereas the terms of the agreement and undertaking authorize the town of Beekman to draw against the aforementioned performance bond in the event the applicant or owner does not install the stormwater control measures and landscaping on the property in accordance with the terms of the agreement and undertaking. And now therefore be it resolved that the town board hereby accepts the performance agreement and performance bond with attached surety bond computation schedule in a sum of $252,655 as security for the faithful performance of the completion of the obligation set forth in the agreement and undertaking. And be it further resolved that the applicant is hereby required to have the performance bond as approved herein by the town board in place before any tree clearing on the property may commence. And be it further resolved that the town board hereby establishes the inspection fees for the site work contemplated in the agreement and undertaking pursuant to town code section 155-60N to be $5,506.20 based on the estimate attached to this resolution. And the applicant shall submit payment for such inspection fee accordingly, and resolve that the town clerk is directed to file the aforementioned performance agreement and performance bond in her records pending compliance with the terms of the agreement and undertaking.
I'll second.
Town board discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Councilman Capelari?
Aye.
Councilman Ventalini?
Aye.
Councilman Lemach?
Aye.
Councilwoman Warman?
Aye.
Supervisor Cavucci?
Aye.
Resolution passes.
Whereas the Office of the New York State Comptroller requires municipalities to establish standard workdays for elected and appointed officials who participate in the New York State and local retirement system. And whereas by resolution number 2/1324-4, hours for the following elected officials were incorrectly calculated. Now therefore be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Beekman hereby establishes the following standard workdays for elected and appointed officials of the town: Justice Linda Murray and Town Councilman Frank Lemach. And will report the following information for these officials to New York State local retirement system based on their record of activities. Be it further resolved that a copy of the resolution with attachments and any social security numbers and retirement registration numbers redacted shall be prominently posted on the town's website and the official sign board of the town for a period of not less than 30 days. And be it further resolved that within 15 days after the expiration of the posting period, the town clerk shall file the completed RS 2417-A form with the Office of New York State Comptroller.
I'll second.
Town board discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote.
Councilman Capelari?
Aye.
Councilman Ventalini?
Aye.
Councilman Lemach?
Aye.
Councilwoman Warman? Aye. Supervisor Cavucci?
Aye.
Resolution passed.
Whereas the town board is authorized to approve reductions in performance bonds pursuant to New York Town Law, Section 277-9D, and whereas on September 3rd, 2014, by Resolution 903-14-10-154, the town board established and adopted the performance bond calculation recommended by the town engineer in the amount of $1,221,785.31 to cover all construction improvements related to the subdivision approved by the planning board. And whereas said resolution specifically incorporated by reference a performance bond calculation created by the developer's engineer, which states the remaining cost of the bond shall not be reduced in less than 20% of the original construction cost until the project is accepted. And whereas on December 2nd, 2015, the town board of the town of Beekman, by resolution 120215-4, 156, approved the reduction of the performance bond from $1,221,785.31 to $384,331.19 pursuant to the reduction request from the developer that was reviewed and recommended by the town engineer and town highway superintendent. And whereas application has been made by the developer of Stone Ridge Estates for reduction of its performance bond posted in accordance with the Chapter 130 of the Town Code, and whereas the town board is in receipt of a review of request letter from the town engineer dated March 19, 2024, setting forth this recommendations for reduction of the performance bond, and whereas the town engineer's letter recommends that the performance bond be reduced from $334,331.19 to $244,357 based upon the developer's successful completion of additional improvements since the last approved reduction by this board. And whereas the town board is desirous of accepting the recommendations of the town engineer, now therefore be it resolved that the town board hereby authorizes the reduction of the aforementioned bond posted from the applicant from the current amount of $384,331.19 to $244,357, and be it further resolved that the substitution of collateral by the developer in the form of acceptable to the town set forth at Chapter 130-46A of the Town Code is hereby authorized as well, and be it further resolved that upon posting of the aforementioned bond with the town clerk, she shall transmit a certified copy of this resolution to the planning board secretary and building department forthwith.
I'll second that.
Town board discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Councilman Capelari.
I will abstain since I'm a resident of Stone Ridge.
Councilman Bellini.
Aye.
Councilman Limak.
Aye.
Councilwoman Warman.
Aye.
Supervisor Cavucci.
Aye.
Resolution passed.
Whereas the Speedy's general permit for stormwater discharge from MS4s requires that the town develop, implement, and enforce a stormwater management program, SWIP, designed to reduce the discharge of pollutants from the town's storm sewer system to the maximum extent practicable as required by federal and state law. And whereas the town of Beekman is an active member in the Dutchess County MS4 Coordination Committee, and whereas the town of Beekman continues to recognize the committee as integral part of the safety and efficiency of our town's soil and water infrastructure, and whereas membership allows the town of Beekman to assign a representative to represent the town and vote in committee procedures. Now therefore be it resolved that the town of Beekman designates Merson Capelari as a voting member to represent the town of Beekman on the Dutchess County MS4, and be it further resolved that the town of Beekman designates Hudson Land Design as a voting alternate.
I'll second.
Town board discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote.
Councilman Capelari.
I will abstain.
Councilman Bellini.
Aye.
Councilman Limak.
Aye.
Councilwoman Warman.
Aye.
Supervisor Cavucci.
Aye.
Resolution passes.
Resolution 6, whereas the bookkeeper has audited and approved claims pursuant to Section 119 of Town Law as set forth in the attached abstracts. Be it resolved that the payment therefore is hereby authorized as follows. Claims to be paid from the A General Fund, $42,700.06. Claims to be paid from the DA Highway Fund, $87,786.99. Claims to be paid from the SS Dover Ridge Sewer, $482.32, totaling $130,969.37. The March 14th, 2024 payroll number 6, the General Fund, $34,669.41, and the Highway Fund, $22,708.38, totaling $57,377.79.
I'll second that.
Town board discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote.
Councilman Capelari?
Aye.
Councilman Benalini?
Aye.
Councilman Limak?
Aye.
Councilwoman Mormon?
Aye.
Supervisor Cavucci?
Aye.
Resolution passed.
Okay, thank you. And let's see, do we have other town board business?
I have something. I just wanted to go over the taxes really quick. So we are going into the final taxes the final stages of the taxes. We are actually in the second phase right now with a 4.66% interest, which ends on March 31st. We start the new one from 4/1 until 4/30 at a 6.98% for interest penalty. Just to let you know, right now we are at 89%, which is actually pretty good. I've done 4,777 postings, 221 online. We've done 1,332 mail, 1,043 of counter, and 2,169 of wired. They are all accounted for. We have nothing, and taxes are going really well. So again, you have until April 30th to pay before it gets handed over to the county.
Ezra?
Yes, I have something from the Beekman Fire District, notice of special election. Notice is hereby given that a special election of the qualified voters of the Beekman Fire District in the town of Beekman, Dutchess County, New York, will be held at the Beekman Firehouse, Beekman Folkway Road, Folkway, New York, inside the Fire District, on the 16th day of April 2024, between the hours of 6 o'clock p.m. and 9 o'clock p.m., for the purpose of voting by paper ballot upon the adoption or rejection of the following resolution. A resolution authorizing the purchase of 2 firefighting vehicles for the Beekman Fire District in the town of Beekman, Dutchess County, New York, at a maximum estimated cost of $3,200,000, and authorizing the issuance of $3,200,000 serial bonds of said fire district to pay the cost thereof.
Thank you. And then I had a couple things, just a reminder for April 6th, the Relay for Life is going to be at Town Central Park. If anyone needs any additional information, contact Danny at the rec office. I attended on Saturday for that downpour, the Easter egg hunt at the rec, and it was moved inside. It was a full house with lots of activities and the Easter bunny. And regardless of the weather outside, it went very well, and it was sunny and fun inside. So that was a nice activity for the weekend. I just want to remind everyone our next general board meeting is April 9th, and we will go into public comment. Jen?
I really don't even need a mic because I have a large inside voice. But my name is Jen Mahako, 23 Gardner Road. I am the treasurer of the Friends of the Beekman Library. LittleTreeLibrary.org is something that we would like to donate to for the town of Beekman. I know the town clerk has emailed everyone, but as I wait for an update, I thought coming in person would benefit, and I know everyone gets a gazillion emails. So
Just to interrupt, I did go back and forth with Carol and got a confirmation yesterday. Generally, I invite the library director to come in and give a kind of year update of how the year went, how she's looking to, different, particularly with all the new programs and the renovation. So she's coming in May, and I had thought that was an appropriate time to wrap your interest in the library.
That's fine.
Is it May 16th? I don't have a calendar in front of me. We have the date. Was it May 16th? I don't think it was the second meeting, but can you look at yours and I can tell you, just see what May is?
The date?
If that's the May Town Board meeting. Is that the second?
May 14th.
Is it 14th?
Yeah,
Okay,
14th,
see, I was
that's
wrong.
correct.
I didn't think it was the 16th, so it's the 14th she's coming.
Okay, that's perfect then.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Lenny?
Good evening, my name is Leonard Jerem, I live at 112 Ida Drive. I'm not coming tonight to criticize or comment on what's going on at the town hall. I know that the last meeting when the power went out and all that stuff, and the people who didn't get to talk or at least get to speak at that time. One of the things that I did find interesting though was when Faye Garrido came to the town meeting, and she brought up about scams. And let me tell you something, I know that it's going on because I got a few of those phone calls myself. My order is ready, where is it? Will you just give us a little bit more information and we'll be able to get it to you? Things like that. Phone calls, I was told by my son-in-law, he's a banker and he gets calls like that. And he said that the one way to stop it is when they tell you that they need some information, you ask them for their phone number. And then even if they give you a phone number, you tell them you call them back. And 9 times out of 10, they'll hang up, they won't tell you. But I also found something very interesting from him, and I want to pass it on to everybody here and anybody who might be watching it on the video. He told me, and I know this for a fact because I work for the post office, that if you write out a check and you take a regular ballpoint pen and you write out the name of where you want to write it out to, or even the dollar amount you want to write it out to, that can be erased with nail polish remover, actually. And the scammers know this. So what they've done is he told me the best way to avoid that is if you write out checks, I'm not pushing this for Staples, but they sell these pens. They are specifically non-erasable. You can't change anything. You can't wipe out the ink or anything like that. And they are a little on the expensive side, but you get 5 of them for about $10. So I keep one now by my phone. He led me to tell me about this thing, and I thought it was really a great idea. And they do sell a lot of them. The person in the store told me. The only other thing about the town, I spoke to Isaiah about this. I'm all about numbers. I hear the fire alarm or fire department siren go off every now and then. How are we doing in terms of emergency calls and fire calls? That's it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Bill?
Hey, Leonard, can I just see those pens,
Bill?
please? Thank you. Okay.
The resolution on the solar panels, this is Bill Crane again. The resolution on the solar panels refer to the allowable season for construction with respect to the Indiana bat. The DEC currently allows construction when the bat is dormant during the winter months. That season is typically considered to be ended April 1st. What happens is that the developers are therefore permitted to develop when there's a threatened or endangered species involved. The Indiana bat is such a species. The species will wake up after April 1st sometime and find their homes and their habitats gone, destroyed. And I think it's outrageous. And if the board sees fit to research it or express to the DEC its own opinion, local boards have that power. I attended, and I of course would urge it, I'm trying to get everybody to voice complaints to the DEC about this policy, which is just a pro-development policy. I attended on March 12th the joint Dover Pauling meeting on the Starkdale Farm development. I ran out after this and got there in time to get most of the information. And the auditorium is packed. I think more Pauling residents were there than Dover residents. The Starkdale Farm, the project was presented mostly by the architect. It includes a hotel, a spa, single-family homes, an unspecified number of them, a market, shops, a cinema. It's to be a village in itself. So they're adding a village near us in the same place that we had the troubles with the trees. The residents on Gardner Hollow Road and around that area are primarily concerned with traffic. The architect did not. He apparently it was just a giving us a concept or something like that. So he didn't specify. He said, yeah, we'll be building roads as necessary, and they will go to the zoning boards in Pauling and in Dover. But they're going to build roads, and of course, we're concerned about Gardner Hollow Road.
As are we.
Yeah, I know.
So we'll have further
We include you.
Yeah. We'll have further conversations about
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I did speak to someone who had attended that because, again, I was out of town and
Yeah.
we had the town board meeting. But I understand they didn't definitively say which roads they
That's
would,
right.
that are existing roads, what they would be utilizing.
Right, they'll have to use West Dover Road.
Yeah, that's the one they said. They're only using that, which I find that hard to believe.
Well, he also said they're going to build other roads.
Yeah.
It's kind of, he just casually slipped in stuff. You know, it's hard to know what he said exactly.
Yeah. Well, maybe we could have a conversation about it. Give me a call and we'll chat about
Yeah,
it.
and, just finally, Mike, the whole point is something to increase people's lifespan by being in touch with nature, and I said, you know, that's how you're promoting it, but meanwhile, you're destroying nature. You're excavating all over the place, cutting down everything, building roads, tearing up wildlife homes. Roads impede wildlife migration, and that comment was well received. Now, whatever happens, there's going to be pushback. Thank you for.
But we'll have a conversation.
Thank you for
Yeah.
watching on
Yeah.
this carefully.
Yeah, we'll have a conversation. Thank you, Bill. Sean O'Donnell, you signed up? Just to let you know, we do have a 3-minute limit.
Got my phone ready, no worries. On my first radio, thank you. Good evening, Michael Caruso, Cuddy and Fader for Mr. O'Donnell, Stone Ridge Estates. Our office has communicated with the town. Our position, as I believe the board probably knows very well, is that Mr. O'Donnell and this project, we feel that he's reached a point with the initial improvements and the performance guarantees that are secured by the bond that are below what the board has reduced to tonight. While we acknowledge the 20% reduction on the $244,000, we respectfully object because our client's position is that the only thing that remains is approximately $4,800 worth of work, largely related to chipping activity to get the surface in a condition that would be walkable. We've had some issues trying to get, I think, the town on the same page in terms of what is out there, what was secured, and what the current status of the improvements are. And I think the last communication between the town and the bonding agent was referring to engineering, acknowledging that the value of the improvements to be completed was in the $4,800 range. So once again, our client's position is that 20% is vastly above and beyond what is actually to be secured and what needs to be done, if you will, under the original constraints of that bond. I know what's written on the bond. I know what the board's position is relative to that. Our client's position, respectfully, is that this board can tailor a reduction proportionate to what actually needs to be done, which is much less than what's been secured. So on behalf of my client, respectfully requesting that the reduction in that bond be substantially reduced to the $4,800 figure that's in correspondence with the bonding agent. We're willing, and we've expressed our willingness to come out and have engineers meet on site and review site conditions. I think Brian Stokoza has put that clearly in his submissions, what he believes the site warrants and its current status, so I don't think we need to speak to that. But I know this is the comment period, but if there's any questions or anything that I can speak directly to the board members, I'm happy to do that.
We can arrange another, we strictly do the comment. That,
Understood.
if I make an exception for you, then I have to make an exception for everyone. But we've had conversation, we've had meetings. I know I've been in on some of them. I know there's conversations with Dan and Craig. And if you'd like to set up another meeting, you can reach out to Craig and Dan and do that.
We appreciate it. We're not here to, listen, we're not here to rewrite history, but we are here to say respectfully that we believe what remains on site is minimal at this point, and we're asking the board tailor the withholding to that minimum
Okay.
amount at this point in time.
Well, if you want another meeting, you could reach out to the attorney and the town engineer. Okay?
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Sorry for my tardiness tonight.
That's all right. No worries. Thank you for coming. Okay, I just want to wish everyone a happy and blessed Easter. And again, our next meeting is Tuesday, April 9th. Thank you, everyone, for coming. I make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, safe travels home, everyone.